D starts thinking about how he's gonna get his taint slapped together by his girlfriend and his girlfriend's best friend and his girlfriend's ex-5 boyfriends.
Mhm.
When she says they're gonna have some threesomes, but when he gets there, it's just like 3 of her exes. They just force D to sit in the corner and watch. He's not even allowed to play with himself. They just say it's disgusting and they leave the room.
Every time. Disgusting!
They just lift her up as they're plowing her and walk out the room sideways. Heave ho, heave ho, heave ho.
I can see that.
They're just sitting there like, the fuck? With the one other ex-boyfriend just rubbing against him like, don't you want to be like that too? No, I'm joking.
Man,
He would
I
be
ain't
in that
gay.
leather bondage.
He is the gimp suit.
Just makes a Reddit writing really weird sexual fantasies for D. Becomes very popular.
Please.
Random people start writing them without realizing who D really even is.
Or the chin nutting incident.
Mega chin. They'd probably think we're talking about the Crimson Chin.
Nope.
Nope. We're talking about our Lord and Savior, Nega Chin. I told my girlfriend that I wanted to watch Forrest Trump. She laughed. She laughed pretty hard at that one too. I'm like, Forrest Trump's my favorite movie. Mexicans are like a box of chocolate. They're stuck in a wall. Honestly, I was waiting for D to get on because I wanted to do some zombie shit with him, but
No.
he doesn't message me at all, so I send him a few memes to be like, yo, what the fuck? And then he responds only after like 2
An
hours.
hour.
Well, I sent him a message at like 12, 2 hours after he told me he was gonna get on, and I was like, yo, bro, what's going on? No response. I'm tired. Why do you think I told you to stay up? You're working night shift, you retard. Oh. I said fuck it, I'm like, I'm probably gonna end up taking my account back in the next few days and probably just giving it to you or somebody else, fuck.
Yeah.
At least play something, fuck. The only thing, I already told him, I'm getting annoyed. The only thing he has installed on his consoles are games Cody plays. And he only plays with Cody once in a blue bucket. Nothing against Cody there, but, well, except for the fact that he told me that he'd rather have Trump as your president right now rather than Biden. That made me laugh. Biden's shit. We'd be better off with Trump right now. Look what Biden's done for our country, and I started laughing. Oh man, I started laughing. I'm like, aren't you an idiot? Like, tell me, what has Biden done for your country? I'm like, or do you not realize that your president is basically just a giant mascot right now? And it's been a mascot since the 80s.
Always has been.
The minute they killed JFK was the minute they started realizing that the president shouldn't be a thought power for himself. It should be a mascot.
Oh.
He stopped talking real fast. He hates when I talk like that. Just because you're in
Get
the
out of the
American
party.
military doesn't mean you know shit about your actual government or how your military's mentality works. Especially since 90% of the people in your military that are considered war heroes, not from World War II, but from any of the other wars you've had after World War II. If you go and you actually look at their past histories, 90% of them are actually pretty fucking manically insane fucking people.
You have to be.
Like one of the dudes that basically orchestrated dropping the first bomb in Iraq in one of their major cities, killing over 100,000 people to start the Iraq War. That was an American order that went through by a corrupt official. And that same official was very high up in the food chain there at Nam too, to the point where he ordered troops to go and massacre Vietnamese villages, and it got to the point where other troops would go to the areas and the places would be so fucked up. They found one area with over 100,000 women and children that were all raped and brutally tortured and murdered. by American soldiers, and
For literally
I'm
no reason.
guaranteed you tell that to a lot of Americans, and they probably wouldn't even believe you because they've never heard of it. But because the guy died, he's considered a war hero. He's not. He doesn't. His crimes aren't really looked at.
Nope.
But that basically explains like 90% of America, which is really sad.
It's not patriotism, it's depresso.
It's not depressium. It's depresso. Depressium. Do you have premium? No, I only use depressium. But I have a feeling you're gonna laugh at that one.
Because,
Oh.
devil, like a whore on prom night, I'm easy.
Like a whore on prom night. Don't remind me of high school. I don't need any flashbacks.
God, my parents were constantly pestering me about why I didn't want to go to prom, and I'm like, because I don't care! God!
Honestly, I didn't even go to prom because I dropped out, and only after prom did my buddies go like, oh yeah, we were actually, one of our buddies, Sky, didn't have a date, and they were all just debating on just taking me as his date. But they only told me after the prom thing, and I was like, you guys could have told me beforehand, I would have went. I'm like, guaranteed 90% of the teachers would have been pissed off. What's he doing here?
Which would have made it even fucking funnier.
Except the funny thing is, if I would have been there, I would have been hanging out with like everybody but Sky. He was a really weird person.
Like in a bad way?
I guess it depends. Depends on people's perceptions. He never really did anything bad, but he was the type of person that was outwards about being gay, but he used that as an excuse to make passes and like sexual passes on like every guy he ever met.
Oh, James Charles.
Basically. But he learned not doing that shit with me really fast because I warned him very hard on him. Like very early on, I was like, you know, buddy, I have no problem with you being gay. I am not gay. So if you try doing any shit with me like that, I will make sure that you will not go to school for 2 months. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, don't worry about that. And then my buddies are just like, yeah, you should probably listen to him.
I will snap your arm like a twig. And that's just for the warm-up. Now when I'm all lubed and ready to go, that's when you gotta run, boy.
That's basically what I ended up doing to him anyways. Pissed me off. Something, I can't remember, and I basically just grabbed his arm and was almost gonna snap it until a couple of my buddies stopped me from doing it.
You lucky nigger. How did...
Dude, why are you getting so angry over something like that? I'm like, seriously, you guys getting angry over something like that may be petty, but for me, it's about mutual respect. If you're gonna be very arrogant with me, it better be because I'm being very arrogant with you. If you're gonna be nice with me, it's because, then, you know, if I'm being an asshole to you, then tell me, I don't mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I consider you a friend, though, and you're being very arrogant and an asshole with me, then...
I don't know how to be arrogant. My self-esteem is so far into the shitter, I don't even have confidence in myself to wake up in the morning.
Well, I had a buddy in high school. Oh, well, my brother had a buddy in high school that I was friends with that would legitimately get kicked out of all of his classes because he had an extremely high IQ, and he would always correct the teacher when they were teaching, but because he didn't really have a sense of knowing when he was being an asshole or not, he would just be completely upfront and honest, kind of like how Monk was.
Oh, so he's just socially inept. Got it.
Not socially inept. Monk actually has a mental health problem.
Autism.
Well, there you go. Well, no, actually it's not autism.
Oh.
His brother has autism, I know that, but not him.
Okay.
I can't remember. It's basically like being a sociopath, but not wanting to murder people. He just doesn't basically understand human emotions.
Yeah, I get that. He lacks empathy.
There you go, thank you.
I don't know what the scientific mumbo-jumbo is for that, but that's what it is.
I mean, most of them still call them sociopaths or psychopaths, but they don't really have the drive to kill people. It's just the fact that if they did kill somebody, they wouldn't feel remorse over it.
I suppose you
I've
could
talked
say
with
they're disassociative, or whatever you want to call that.
I've talked with Monk about that a lot because he used to try to get me to talk with him about that so he'd understand. And I think I helped him out a bit, seeing as to how he ended up joining the military.
That's a plus.
Yeah, but he's not joining a military as a Marine or something. Well, I guess technically he would be a Marine. No, he's not a Marine. He's an engineer, and if I'm correct, right now he works on Navy ships.
Hmm.
Last time I talked to him, he was finishing his engineering stuff, and then he was going to be transferred to one of the Navy ships there, which made even D surprised to find out. But he's trying to tell me that I need to prepare myself for World War III because America and China are about to go at it. And he said they were going to start fighting like 6 months ago, which made me laugh. Because I was like, you realize your military right now is preparing your own military to fight against your fucking people that you are living in your country? What do you mean?
What? No,
Don't
we're
worry.
not.
Tell me how the American Revolution goes in 2 to 3 years. He's like, what's that supposed to mean? I'm like, the fact that you don't know
You'll
is
find
exactly
out.
what it means.
Oh, don't worry
I
about
mean,
it. You'll figure it out when we get there.
Obama don't mean anything mean by it, but you people better get worried.
You're gonna want to get.
You used to call me on my Trump phone. Dee 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 dee.
I can imagine like one of those analog '90s flip phones, or even the slider ones from the Matrix, and it's just like, hello, and every time he hangs up, it just says wrong, or something stupid like that. Oh God.
China.
I would totally have that.
The China build a wall.
Every time it opens up, China. Every time you click answer, Mexico is the new China. Even though I don't think he said that, he might as well have.
It's just a ringtone. It's like the default ringtone, but it's just Trump, just like saying random words to the tone of it. Mexico is the new China. China. Turns into like
It's a weird trap remix.
China. What?
Mexico is the new China.
Yo, Trump Rex is delicious, Trump Rex. It's like Skrillex, but for your asshole. Whee!
It's like Skrillex, but better. Oh, hello, Mr. Servitude.
You know things are serious when she makes your nuts go into a pair of blueberries. I've heard of blue
That's
balls,
how you know
but
she's
blue
a keeper.
waffles.
God.
Blue balls make blue waffles.
Do they? God, that
Sounded
really
like
hurt
you were
to do.
trying to say Jenny.
No, I said
Calm
do
down
they.
there, Forrest Gump. She's not being raped that hard.
Jenny!
Jenny! Technically, he was raped by her, if you think about it. And then when she found out she was dying, she's like, yo, you have a kid. Good luck with that.
Okay, Jenny, I'll mow the grass and raise the AIDS, baby.
Like, he
That
loved
was
her, didn't even
basically
understand
the
what
movie.
love was. She raped him, left, and then had a kid, and then realized that she was dying, and then was like, yeah, yo, you need to come take care of this kid, and I'll stay with you for the last 2 months of my life, but I'm not raising my kid with no retarded daddy.
I'm only staying with you and hooking up with you out of pure pity.
Sometime I smack you on your nutsack until your balls turn blue.
Okay, Jenny.
She showed him the feeling of anal. You wanna know why they call me Peggy back in Nam? They call her Peggy 18 because she has an 18-inch girthy fucking dildo for your asshole there, boy. All you hear is Peggy 18, and then it just forces it straight in your ass, and you're like, hallelujah.
Yeah, I could totally see Peggy having an 18-inch girthy dildo to shove up people's asses in college.
Welcome to Strat House Alpha. You want to be a part of this Strat House, you gotta get raped anally by the co-ed teachers. What's that mean? Don't worry, Mr. Aberson's blind. Just pretend you're a pretty lady.
Fucking god devil.
That's why I'm not allowed to make video games.
No, because you would totally have that as an end boss, and I can see it now.
If it was the 90s, then yeah, because the humor sense wasn't so strict. But nowadays, nah. I'd make a game like that, like Bully, and it'd be...
You
could already
get
see all the
fucking
news articles.
thrown off the Steam
Are you
store.
saying that teachers have sex with their students in college when their grades are poor? I think movies have been saying that for the past 70 years, but you know, I'm not one to argue.
Are you saying
I'm pretty sure you
that
can
high
find an
school
Egyptian
students...
tablet that predates to like 800 BC that says, "This bitch couldn't pay her rent, so she sucked me harder than anything. She sucked me harder than my best friend sucking the venom out of my arm after the snake bit my penis."
Why was it in the arm? Don't worry about it.
Don't you know, back in the old days, people had penises for their nose?
Didn't you know that back in the day, everybody was gay?
Don't you know
It
that
seems
back
like-
in the day, gay wasn't a thing? It was,
It
hey
was
boy,
okay
you
to be
look
gay.
pretty.
I want to fuck your asshole. Okay.
You look like a pretty little schoolboy. Some fucking medieval dude looking at you like, what does schoolboy mean?
That's
Call
what it
me
means.
Steph Castle.
What are you
Makes
doing,
a big castle in
Step
Minecraft.
Castle?
Makes a bigger one beside it. Names the bigger one Step Castle. Names the smaller one Dad's Castle. I was elected to queef, not to cheat. Hi, little cat. Don't you hate when your cat's being mean, so you just shove it inside your asshole and start chewing at full force? I wanted a squirrel, not a gerbil. You throw it at your dad's asshole. When the hamster escapes and rapes your sister, she gives birth to the next Jesus.
God, devil, calm down, dude. I get that you're bored sitting in your house all day, but just Jesus, man.
I'm still waiting to load into Valhalla, to be honest.
Oh, God. How long has it been now?
How long have we been talking? There you go, it's done. Look at that.
I would have to hit record on my PlayStation videos to confirm that one.
It's been about alien minutes. You just
It's
pictured
been
the
about
guy.
anal
Aliens.
contusions.